Hi, I'm Steve Selig. I'm the founder of fit.test, and I just want to share with you just my thoughts on how easy it is for individualising exercise assessments for your clients, but more importantly, how important it is that you produce an individualised exercise plan for your clients. I mean, that seems absolutely obvious, but if you were to use protocol-driven exercise tests, and I'll give a few examples in a minute, then that does not necessarily lead to the sort of exercise plan that is entirely suitable for your client. My app is absolutely set up to very simply and reliably individualise both your exercise testing and your exercise plans based on the exercise test. So I just want to say, if we just take, for example, the Harvard step test as an example, where there is a preset step height for males of 50 centimetres and for females 43 centimetres. Now, clearly, a very short male or a very tall female is affected either up or down in terms of their ability to do that test. So that's just one very simple example. There are other examples where a person, where the protocol depends on someone's heart rate response to an exercise stage, and then they go on to the next stage based on either a low heart rate or a high heart rate. Now, if we take the obvious example of someone who is being on a beta blocker, where their heart rates are, because of the medical conditions they've got, 20 or 30 or 40 beats lower than predicted, then clearly they look to be fitter than they are, but they're not because of their medical conditions. And so this renders the test both unsafe and completely invalid in terms of conducting the test and making anything from it in terms of exercise prescription. Now, my app deals beautifully with all of these problems. To come back to individualising an exercise test, and the reason why I'm so convinced of its worth is what we're really after for our clients is to provide a safe and comfortable and effective exercise intervention for our clients. Now, if you take some of the published protocols, they might be, the intensities of exercise may be beyond the person exercising, which could make the test unsafe. Or alternatively, it could be too easy for your client, which in case would make the exercise test ineffective and invalid. So that's just one very simple example. So how do I go about it? Well, it's very easy, and I've got lots of information on the app, on the website. And basically what you do is you start your client, once you've selected what mode of exercise you're doing, whether it be cycling or walking or running or even stepping, you start your client at very low to low exercise intensity. And you can do that very quickly by adjusting the workload from very, very low, just tweak it up over a minute or two. That provides a built-in warm-up, which is another advantage. And you can then get to that workload of which you're going to run the test or begin the test. And from there, you're just going to increase the intensity by small amounts. In my case, I like to use 1 minute intervals and lots of them. So I prefer to use small step ups in intensity, but every minute. Now you might say, well, then you're not reaching steady state, but because the step ups are so small, they're either at steady state at the end of a minute or very close to it. So it's, a negligible problem. So that's how I go about it. And where we finish is really up to the client. This is again, individualising, because some clients will want to go to very high intensity exercise training, whereas others are only interested in mild and moderate intensities. So in the case of the latter, someone who only wants to get to moderate intensities, we would increase the intensity each minute during exercise tests, starting from very, very low, and just increasing that to just above the level of intensity for which you're going to prescribe exercise at. Now that's a little bit of a guesstimate when you start, but believe me, for me, having done hundreds of these, probably 1,000, it becomes really easy once you've done 5 or 10 of these and becomes second nature. For those who want higher intensity, then clearly we're going all the way up to even to VO2 peak to estimate someone's fitness. And from there, you could prescribe, so-called high intensity training programs from that. So I really like individualizing both my exercise tests and from that, my exercise plans. This is really what we should all be doing as exercise professionals. One size does not fit all. Start at low intensity, use small increments, go up in every minute. My app will take care of all of the calculations and allow you to both measure the fitness and also prescribe exercise directly off the fitness measurement. So I wish you well. Please go onto the website, have a look. You can contact me before you commit to subscribing to the website. I will endeavour to answer everyone's query here, and I look forward to you being a subscriber. Thank you.